entertainment, the latest and the greatest OPM hits, and more. And now, please welcome your host, Allan Alvarez.
Alright mga kaibigan, gagayang kakakabsat lahat ng ating mga ka-KNDI dyan. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Magandang araw, magandang tanghali at magandang tao po kayo. Welcome to the Filam Community Hour. Ito po si Allan Alvarez, ang inyong abang lingkod. And kamusta po kayo mga kaibigan? How's everybody doing out there? Isang maligayang Aloha Friday sa inyong lahat. And as always, maraming salamat sa inyong pakikinig dito sa ating programa at sa lahat ng mga programa natin dito sa KNDI Radio. And thank you very much also to Ading Brian, who always keeps everything going smoothly and running very efficiently, lalo na sa ating pagkatawag at call-in. So thank you so much, Ading Brian, for everything that you do, and also your great program also in the afternoon. So thank you. Okay, so ang una nating segment ay kwentuhan. Okay, kwentuhan segment. So let's go ahead and get our kwentuhan segment started. Okay, this kwentuhan segment, okay, I came across this article on Esquire magazine Philippines. Okay, Esquire magazine Philippines, and the article goes like this. The headline: Today I learned Filipinos can acquire Spanish citizenship by proving descent. Okay, descent. Filipinos with Spanish ancestry, okay, even from a grandparent, okay, may be eligible for Spanish citizenship. Okay, well, I'll read some of the story to you, and then we'll go into the kwentuhan. Okay, for over 300 years, the Philippines was colonized by Spain. Okay, a centuries-long occupation that profoundly influenced our culture, from religion and language to cuisine. Okay, this extensive historical connection also resulted in a small percentage of our population having Spanish roots. Okay, so here's the good news. Through Spain's evolving citizenship laws, okay, particularly the Ley de Nietos or grandchildren law, Filipinos with Spanish descent might be able to obtain Spanish citizenship even without moving to Europe. Okay, normally, kung kukunin nyo yung Spanish citizenship nyo, kailangan lumipat kayo sa Spain. Titira kayo sa Spain, I think, for 2 years. You got to live there, and then, eventually you can get your Spanish citizenship. Okay, but in 2022, okay, Spain passed this law of democratic memory. Okay, an expansion of the 2007 historical memory law. This was Spain's official way of reckoning with its past under the dictator Francisco Franco. And what is the law's objective? To honor those who were exiled or persecuted and restore the rights their descendants may have lost in the process. Okay, and what are among those rights? Spanish nationality. Okay, Spanish nationality. Specifically, Article 20 of the Spanish Civil Code now allows the grandchildren, okay, and in some cases even the great-grandchildren of Spanish citizens to apply for citizenship. Okay, and here are the eligible individuals. Okay, grandchildren of Spanish citizens who were exiled due to political, ideological, or religious prosecution during or after the Spanish Civil War. Grandchildren of Spanish women who lost their citizenship after marrying non-Spaniards before the 1978 Constitution. Children of Spanish nationals whose citizenship was granted through prior historical memory laws. Descendants of volunteers from the international brigades during the 1936 to 1939 Spanish Civil War. Okay. In this case, the victims also extend to relatives, including children, grandchildren, and spouses, as this is more than just a legal remedy, but also a moral reparation. Since the law took effect in October 22, over 226,000 applications have been filed, with 110,540 approvals and counting. Okay, so ba't mo kinikwento to ngayon, Alan? Okay. Um, well, let me continue a little bit more. Spain doesn't grant citizenship purely based on birthplace. Okay, instead it adheres to the principle of jus sanguinis, or right of blood. Having born in the Philippines is not a deal breaker. What matters is whether you can prove a direct line to someone who is legally Spanish. Here's where it gets interesting. For Filipinos, okay, as mentioned, we were a Spanish colony for 3 centuries. Okay, during that period, many Spaniards settled in our islands, married locals, and spawned the rest of their family tree. While most Filipinos today are not eligible based on these colonial roots alone, those with more recent family members, particularly grandparents born in Spain, may qualify. And here's the most common eligibility pathway. Okay, if you have a Spanish parent or grandparent, your Spanish ancestor was forced into exile, your grandmother lost her citizenship due to marrying a foreigner before 1978. Your parent gained citizenship under the old historical memory law, and you missed out due to age. Okay. Now, ba't mo kinikwento to, Alan? Okay, why are you talking about this? Well, because I'm trying myself to get this. Okay, sinubukan ko to. Actually, I was able to trace back to my grandfather. I was able to find out where he was born. Okay, and I even got his birth certificate. Okay, now this guy was born like 1890, right? So, ang tagal na niyang patay, or pumanaw na siya. And then I was able to find his birth certificate. And how was I able to do that? I did a lot of research. Okay, I did a lot of research on the internet, of course, and I was able to find the what do you call it? It's the list of birth registry of Spain back in the year that he was born. Tinanong ko lahat ng kamag-anak ko kasi, sa karamihan sa kanila hindi masyadong alam kung saan kung saan galing yung grandfather ko. Ang alam lang nila Barcelona. Where actually they were right. Okay, they were right. Tama sila at Barcelona. But where in Barcelona? Ang laki kasi ng Barcelona. Mo pwedeng sabihin, taga Barcelona, and then ayun na, and then you get the birth certificate. Hindi. You had to find where in Barcelona the person was born, or in my case, my grandfather was born. So after searching, and I finally found that registry of birth. Okay, because they have to have that registry of birth. I was able to find the location of where he was born. Okay, and then when I requested his birth certificate, I was able to find out which court it was and what area. And then eventually, nakuha nila yung birth certificate at naipadala sa akin. And then I was able to get my father's birth certificate, okay, from the PSA, the Philippine Statistics Authority. And then boom, there's a match. And then mine. Okay, so my father was on mine, and then my grandfather was on my father's. Okay, and then I found my grandfather. Okay, so ngayon nag-apply na ako, but I don't know when they're gonna get back to me. Tuwing tatawag ako sa Spanish consulate dyan sa San Francisco, man, parang galit sila eh. Galit sila, walang nagtatrabaho, short-handed, tumawag na lang daw, or babalik, and they get back to me whenever. But I was able to file. Okay, I was able to get a case number. Okay, so at least kahit na delayed sila, o sinasabi nilang delayed sila, at least meron na akong nakasalang na yung application natin. So I'll tell you guys kung mangyari to o hindi. Okay, but I started on it. My grandfather actually is from Spain. He is a Spaniard. He was actually born in Spain to my grandfather, who's my great grandfather, whose wife was also Filipina, from Cavite. Cavite kasi dati noon, Cavite is Doon yung port kung pumapasok yung mga Espanyol. Okay, so it turns out that my great grandfather was Spanish. My great grandmother was from Cavite. I did not know. I did not know that until I found out the birth registry, and then from there, wow, ang dami ko nang natagpuan. I met so many family members doing this exercise that, wow, lumaki na talaga yung mundo ko. Just knowing that my Spanish family is there. Thank you, Tita Blessy. Tita Blessy's tuning in, I guess, from Bulacan. Thank you so much, Tita Blessy, for tuning in. Anyway, that's our Kwentuhan segment, guys. So if you have a Spanish descendant, kung yung inyong lolo or lola ay Espanyol, okay, you might have a chance to get your Spanish citizenship. So I wanted to share that with you for today's Kwentuhan, and I hope you find that interesting. Anyway, let's get on with the show. For today, we have a regular show format. So hahatid po natin sa inyo ang ating top 10 Pinoy trending. And then we'll do the featured real estates. And then we'll do the Ilocano hit of the day. And then we'll do the thought for punto contra punto, and then thought for the rest of the day. And then throughout all that, isisingit po natin ang ating mga OPMs, original Philippine music. So kung yan po ay nahanap nyo, kayo po ay nakatutok at the right place, at the right time, at the right show, at the right station. Let's start off the show with a fairly new but becoming a classic OPM. It's Dilao, it's Uhaw. Dito po sa ating Filam Community Hour with Allan Alvarez. Heard every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays 2 to 3 p.m. here on 1270 a.m. KNDI Radio.
Sa ulan ng mundo ay gagaan, mundo ko'y gagaan. Maligaw man ang landas ay hahanapin ang kalsada patungo sa'yo. Ikaw ang daan. Dumilim man ang paligid ay ikaw pa rin ang ilaw ko. Bakit uhaw sayong sayaw? Bakit ikaw di bibitaw? Sayong sayo, laging ikaw. Ako'y giniginaw. Halika dito, dito ka lang sa tabi ko. Mananatiling uhaw, uhaw, uhaw. Hindi na mapakaling, puso'y nagmamadaling lambingin at suyuin ka. O aking giliw, ako'y iyo. Kahit pa matalisod, mapagod at bumigay ang tuhod, di ako hinto. Ikaw aking dulo. Mawala man ang ano ko, nandito ka, o ilaw ko. Bakit uhaw sayong sayaw? Bakit ikaw di bibitaw? Sayong sayo, laging ikaw. Ako'y giniginaw. Halika rito, dito ka lang sa tabi ko. Mananatiling uhaw, uhaw, uhaw. Nauuhaw, naliligaw, naliligaw, umiiyaw, nalulugaw. Bakit uhaw sa iyong sayaw? Bakit ikaw di bibitaw sa iyong sayo? Laging ikaw ako'y giniginaw. Halika rito, dito ka lang sa tabi ko. Mananatiling uhaw, uhaw, uhaw.